Well, good morning, everyone. It is Monday, March 17th, 2025, and we are back at it. How was everybody's weekend? I hope everybody had a great time. Let's see here. We've got, all right. All right, so, we think we got Mega Dave here, or no? Yep, Mega Dave, there we go. Hold on, Dave, I'm bringing you on slowly but surely. All right, got it. Well, good morning, Dave.
How's everybody doing?
How are you, sir?
Good. Wait, I need to get rested up today after being up all night watching some exciting stuff.
Man, I'm telling you, I gave you a shout out on the Daily Dispatch this morning. Thank you for doing
that.
Thank you for sending that. I had no idea until I woke up and I'm like, 4:45 in the morning, and it's like, oh, geez, that was a big development.
Like I said, Trump never rests. So
isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? So, all right, let's see here. We've got Tracy Fagan is here from Ireland, and she said, happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. And you'll notice, Dave, I am wearing green today. So if you were here and you're not wearing green, you'd have to be pinched. That's just the rules at this point. And so it looks like, let's see, who else do we have? Hey, Melissa's here, one of our subscribers. Hi, Melissa. Glad you can make it. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all's well. So whether if you're on TikTok, double tap that screen, share this live out. And if you'd like to, contribute to our daily goal. Today I felt warm and fuzzy today. So I have brought in the Hello Bears for our daily goal today. And then, of course,
there you go.
On TikTok, we have subscriptions available. So I'd love to have you be part of our inner circle. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun things with our subscribers over the next 30 days. Hey, Mama Soprano's here. Good morning, Mama Soprano. I'm glad that you're here. Melissa, I know we missed you too. I don't know where you've been, young lady, but I'm glad you're back. Oh, it looks like we have the legend. Hold on one second. There we go. I think we got it now. Well, do we have there?
Yeah, look at him. He's got his green on.
I'm just a guy in Kansas. I'm no legend.
Come on, man. Yes, you are. You're a legend in my mind. And I am so proud of you for wearing green. Oh, and I see, Dave, you made the last minute change on your background.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
They got to panic. Got to move quick.
Exactly. So tell me, guys, how is everyone?
I mean, gold's at $3,009 an ounce. I'm pretty freaking great.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, give everybody an update on your mom, if you would, please.
We're resting comfortably, guys.
Cool. I think that in and of itself is a blessing. All right, let's do a little housekeeping here. As I said, Mama Sopranos.
It's $3,014.
Whoa. Pump the brakes, dude. All right, so we've got our Jeff Code is here. Hey, welcome, our Jeff Goes. Hey, Scratch65 is here, one of our subscribers. Terry Dykus, one of our subscribers, is here as well. Jason Keener is here. Good morning, Jason. Melissa, thank you for the hand heart. Sarge, one of our subscribers, is here. Good morning, Sarge. Hits is here. Happy, what did she say? Hello, Sam. How are you? Happy and blessed Monday. Yes, Hits, you are right. It is happy and it is blessed. And it is St. Patrick's Day, and that's why I'm wearing green. Alex is on board.
I'm colorblind. Is that really green?
It's green and a green undershirt.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Just to play it safe.
Okay.
Because I had a feeling you might take me to task on that. So we have Hits is here. Leonard Little 925 is here. Good morning, Leonard. Newport News, Virginia. So everybody in the chat, whether you're on TikTok, YouTube, Rumble, X, Facebook, send us a message in the chat. Let us know where you are located so we can say good morning. Tyler Durden is here. Oh, Tyler Durden. Love it. All right. So Alex, anything in particular, current events that you'd like to bring up before we dive in?
Well, I mean, there's a lot going on. I think Trump's truths last night about the auto pen make you go, So I guess President Joe Biden got caught.
Yeah, and that begs the question. This is Dave sent me a message at like 2 this morning saying, hey, you got to see this truth. And so of course I included it this morning on the dispatch. But if the auto pen is being called fraudulent at this point, at what point do we make the leap to 2020? And I think it may just be right around the corner. Who knows? What do you guys think?
I think that he continues with the messaging of accountability. I have nothing derogatory to say about that situation.
Right. Dave, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I know some of the guys are saying so now they have to prove that Biden didn't know he was signing it. So is he going to come ahead and just say, yeah? It's kind of like when he talked to Johnson about natural gas stuff. He said, no, I was signing it to improve things. And Mike Johnson said, no, you weren't. You signed it to block. So it's interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really know what to make of it other than more exposure, which I think is, paramount. But I don't think that President Trump would have used the word pardons, and I don't think he would have used the word void, vacant, no further force or effect unless he was serious about it. Serious as a heart attack.
Right.
The rounding up of the gangs by Tom Holman over the weekend, good stuff.
Exactly.
I am obviously the eternal optimist in 99.9% of scenarios and proceed with caution on all of this. But man, by the time we hit June or July, guys, I mean, like you said in the report, gas is down all across the country except for where?
And by $1.60 extra here.
Food prices, the state of the economy and where the inflation numbers are, the financial system and the shakeup that's happening. And that's very evident when gold prices are, $3,014.70. Like, that's $1,000 increase in 1 year, folks. $1,000 an ounce in 1 year. If that doesn't tell you what's going on with the economy, and we're headed into some rocky waters. But I believe what was the other? The debt clock. Did you see that they removed? Hold on just a second. U.S. Go ahead, Sam. I'll pull it up.
Okay. Good morning, Hunter Lewis over on YouTube and Yash over on YouTube. Jason Keener is here. Good afternoon. Terry Dykus, one of our subscribers. Of course, Sarge, who I've already mentioned, a subscriber. So we have, Scratch65 said, key aide to Biden may have exceeded their authority with the use of the auto pen. Very good point, Scratch. We'll have to see how that plays out. 80 Deuce Cab is here. Hey, 80 Deuce, I'm glad that you can make it. Wow, Sarge just sent a whole bunch of friendship bracelets. Thank you, Sarge. Wendy sent a heart me. Melissa sent a heart me. I'm married to Bob is here. And good morning from Ohio. Pat Andron 11 from Connecticut. Mamacita from WNC. We have 80 Deuce Cab, I said. All right. We have Melissa. Just said, Mega Dave, love the background. Yes, exactly. Matt Garfield, one of our subscribers, is here. Good morning, Matt. Friendly guy said, who has all of it? Exactly. We have it all, I think, are the terms that President Trump likes to use. Good morning, Holly. Glad you could make it. We have Friendly Guy is here. we have Lord Bullion is here. Thank you for the Care Bears or the the Happy Bears. I forget what they are. 80 Deuce Gab said it's $2.66 in Omaha, Nebraska at Sam's Club for gas. Go ahead, Alex. What were you going to say?
So on the U.S. Debt Clock, there are lots of usdebtclock.org, ladies and gentlemen. There are lots of numbers all over the screen, but I found it interesting over this weekend that they have grayed out the income tax revenue and corporate tax revenue.
Oh, nice. Exactly. Oh, it would have been even better if they put a big red circle with a strike through it.
Right.
So everybody on TikTok, if you would, double tap that screen, share this live out. If you'd like to contribute to our daily goal, which, as I said, I'm feeling kind of warm and fuzzy today. So we have the Care Bear or the Happy Bear. I'm not really sure what it is. And if you are on TikTok, we do have subscriptions available now. Would love to have you be part of our inner circle. So we have we have another person from Ireland, Helen from Ireland. Welcome, Helen. Friendly guy I said was here. Wendy said, oh, it's a high bear. Okay, thanks, Wendy. I wasn't really sure. I was calling it a fuzzy bear. Christy B, one of our subscribers, is here. Christy B 78. Share Baby 29 is in the house. Good morning, Share Baby. Glad you can make it. Choose Your Poison's here. Thank you, Choose Your Poison. What's that, Al?
My next point of interest, sir.
Let's hear it.
Trump to rename Washington, D.C. to Washington, D.A., District of America.
Oh, well, like we talked about last week or the week before, the inauguration invitations didn't say Washington, D.C. They said the city of Washington. Exactly. It's happening. It's moving at light speed. All right. So let's see here. How about, let's talk a little about American or United Airlines logging a 50% reduction in their travel because of government pullbacks and government spending being decreased and losing $20 billion of market cap in the last 4 weeks. I don't see how people on the left or people that are not willing to at least look at the statistics can say anything other than government spending is decreasing. How can that be anything other than a good thing? I don't understand the reasoning. What do you guys think?
How many vacations are everybody going to go? Well, what is everybody going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, the government's still running with all the cutbacks. So
Exactly.
I'm also hearing that Social Security recipients are supposed to receive a pretty significant increase due to removal of taxes, but also I've heard stories of a one-time payment coming. So mom receives hers on the 24th or 25th. So we'll see how much truth there is to that. I know none of us are collecting Social Security, but I'm in a unique position because I help my mom manage her finances, right? So we'll see what that bump is.
Where did you hear that, Alex?
There's been several reports that they're supposed to be like the reports that all Americans are going to receive a $5,000 payment, right?
Oh, got it.
A payment from Doge. I'm hearing similar stories about Social Security recipients getting 6, and I don't know. Don't hold me to that, folks. It's just what I've seen floating around on the interwebs. But I'll be able to tell you accurately because I have direct insight into what comes in and out. So
excellent. Looking forward to hearing that. Hannah C is here. Christy B said, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Same to you, Christy B. Hannah C, good morning. TikTok Tanya is here.
morning.
We have Share Baby 29, as I said. Mimi Melanie said, is there anyone have an update on the no tax on overtime? Well, they did pass the bill in the House where there was no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime. Now, how quickly will that be instituted? My guess is that they're going to do away with income tax before April 15th. Now, I don't know whether that's going to happen, but when you look at 50% of the IRS staff is being let go, 120 of the offices of the IRS have been closed. I mean, those are some pretty significant moves right before tax day. So I would guess that it's got to happen fairly soon. What do you guys think?
I think so. And I think, I mean, reality check, just in 1 week. Last week on Monday, when we started talking, Doge had accounted for $105 billion in savings. And just in the last week, it's gone from 105 to 115. That's $10 billion, folks. B with a B.
Right.
They continue to grind through all of the data and find the inconsistencies. And yes, there have been some mistakes along the way. You can't go through that much data and not have, some faux pas. But reality, man, even if 1% of that 115 billion was a mistake, we're still winning. We're still winning.
Exactly. Christy B, one of our subscribers, said, I just received my Social Security and there had been no increase yet. Thank you for the info, Christy. We'll certainly keep an eye on that. Don, the third G, one of our subscribers, said that $6,000 was for the people who were government employees that had a reduction in their Social Security. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Thank you. Hey, Sherry is here, 21462. Good morning, Sherry. Hey, 6U is here. Good morning, 6U. Gen X Holtz is here. Good morning, Gen X Holtz. 80 Deuce Cav said, does no taxes on Social Security mean on my check stuff? Well, I don't know for sure, 80 Deuce Cav, and I don't think anybody knows at this point. It's kind of up in the air at this point, but I'm guessing that as it becomes more and more apparent, we should have more information. At least that's what I'm guessing at this point. 6, you said that's a lot of frog pelts. Yeah, exactly. So
what color are frogs on St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, I guess it might be green. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Dave doesn't have green on today. Huh? We are on to you, Dave. Yeah, that's a nice quick check there. I know we are totally on to you, brother. So
sorry, I'm colorblind. Does that help at all?
There you go. All right.
I permanently have some green, so I'm safe.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm probably one of the only people in this world that does not have a tattoo.
Well, we got to correct that, Sam.
I don't know, man. All right, here's a good survey. Let's say put a 1 in the chat if you have a tattoo, put a 2 in the chat if you do not have a tattoo. 1 if you have a tattoo, 2 if you don't. Let's see what everybody's got here. Mega Dave, 2.
I don't have it.
Wow.
I don't have a tattoo.
Wow. Tina, 1. Zamlo, 2. Kayla, 1. Holly. Oh, hey, Holly. JJ, 2. Care Bear, 1. Excuse me. Rosie, who's a subscriber, 2. Hannah, who's a subscriber, has a 2. Felicia Hedgewood, 1. Care Bear, 1. Sharon, 1. Hits, 2. Lori Christine, 1. Carrie, 1. Tim, 2. Bad Dog, 1. Amy, 1. Tracy Banks Sendessel, 1. Scratch 65 has 1. Gray Lady. Let's see. Gray Lady. I just lost my. Boy, the chat moves so quick, you guys. I lose my place. Alex, a whole bunch of 1s. Gee, whatever that means, Alex. Oh, that's classic. I love it.
So I think, Sam, that you should put out a video that if Sam Shalhoub can reach 1 million followers, he will get a frog tattoo.
I'll tell you, if I
an American flag tattoo.
Okay, 150,000 followers, and well, let's see, 250,000 followers. I'll get an American flag tattoo. How's that?
Look at that. That was easier.
Yeah.
250?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that for 250.
We got to put a video out. I'll put a video out. I'll share your video saying we need to help Sam get his first tattoo. This is fantastic. You don't know how much this
promotions, Alex.
Oh, that's classic. Tina said, we'll buy Sam a shirt with tattoos. There you go, Tina. I like that.
I'll I'll pay for the tattoo.
So, all right, everybody, if you're on TikTok, we got a lot of new people in here today. Hit the follow button first off. If you'd like to contribute to our daily goal, that would be wonderful. We're doing the Fuzzy Wuzzy Care Bears or Fuzzy Wuzzy Hi Bears or Welcome Bears or whatever they are. And if you're, we'd love to have you as a subscriber. So just hit that subscribe button. You can be part of our inner circle. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun things with subscribers here in the very near future. Old School Smooth says he'll be tattooed by Friday. Elaine Robinson is here. Happy St. Patrick's Day from the north of Ireland. Well, thank you, Elaine. Same to you.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's move over to the EPA. Lee Zeldin was talking about it not being a binary choice between the environment or growing the economy. And I think that's what a lot of the left does. They give you an either or. In logic, it's an either or proposition, or they use a red herring, or they attack you with an ad hominem attack. But I think he's right. It doesn't have to be either or. I'm all for being environmentally conscious, but not at the expense of sacrificing capital and free enterprise. And I think we can do both. I don't think it's an either or option. I think there are other ways to do it. And I mean, we have the cleanest coal plants anywhere in the world. Yet you have China building how many new coal plants this year alone? 10, 15, 20? I mean, come on. What about
as many as they need?
Yeah. Yeah, and Dave, look that up if you would. See how many coal plants that they have just done. I'd love to hear that. Hey, Shane Robinson just became a subscriber. Welcome, Shane. Glad you could. I'm sorry, Elaine Robinson. My apologies, Elaine. Thank you, Elaine. Glad to have you part of the inner circle. So, what do you guys think in terms of it being an either/or proposition?
Dave?
I was just looking up. Go ahead, Alex. I didn't hear the question.
Again, like, where are we going to be come June, July, as these things start to unfold? I'm just, Sam had to order another case of popcorn.
Well, I don't know whether it's going to take that long, Alex. I mean, we're in March. After that truth from President Trump last night, I mean, that sure seems to me to be a very tectonic shift in the narrative. I mean, for him to come out and say that those are fraudulent, I mean, what's the next step?
Well, I mean, those that would oppose the current administration, that's just rhetoric, blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, really, regardless of what side you're on, sit down and think about what it would mean if even part of that was true, that the sitting president of the United States of America, is not the one putting things in place, signing documents, and making things happen. Like, what really think about what that means. What if it came out that none of the EOs that have been signed in the first 60 days were done by the man that we call president, right? This is the only office in the whole country that the whole country votes for. There's no other politician, no other person that the whole country has a say in who that is. And so when you talk about taking away the power of the pen from the person, the only person who's supposed to have our vote as the people of the country, that's a coup. That's a coup. That is foreign entities in control of our government. That's insane. If this is true, right? Opinion, not fact. We're not saying it is, but if it's true, holy shit. Wow.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Dave?
So it says here that China, on an article in 2023, that China could build as many as 300 new coal plants in the near future.
Wow.
I haven't found the exact number yet, but
wow, that is, I knew it was a big number. I didn't know it was that big.
Doesn't sound like they're on board for the green agenda.
Well, you think?
That's right.
Exactly. Crypto Dad.
It's a good thing they keep their air over there and not over here.
Yeah, exactly. Can we say Jetstream? Exactly.
That's right.
Crypto Dad said, I like what I'm seeing. Me too, Crypto Dad. This is an interesting question. Tina said, has Biden responded to anything? That's a very good question. I have not seen hide nor hair of Biden in the recent past. What do you guys say? Have you guys seen anything?
There was a video of him. He was playing bingo at a retirement home, and
Get out of here! Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
You
It
forgot
wasn't
he was
surprising,
eating
though,
ice
was it?
cream. You forgot he was eating
Yeah,
ice
he's
cream.
like-
That would have made it more believable.
Playing bingo.
yeah, exactly,
That's right.
exactly.
So here, Sam, countries and territories with the largest number of operational coal plants and worldwide as of July 2024. China, 1,161. India, 285. United States, 204.
Wow. Well, as manufacturing moves back to the United States, we're going to see that increase. And we should have the most on the planet. We're the ones that are the most conscious of making sure that the environment is taken care of. I mean, those coal plants that we're putting out now are super clean. I don't understand why anybody would push back on that when you're talking about energy prices coming down and people benefiting from it.
Well, and when we are one of the cleanest air quality countries of those coal burning nations, what does it say when we're the ones paying the majority of the carbon tax? Like that was designed to get the offenders, not the people that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So
Very good point.
This will be a very interesting narrative to follow as we progress down the road.
Very good point. Scratch 65, a subscriber said, exactly, Alex. Wendy V just sent a heart me. Thank you, Wendy. It's appreciated. Holly is also agreeing with you, Alex. So Hits said he couldn't play bingo as he would not be able to remember the numbers of the calls. Very good point, Hits. I agree, 100%.
I think he's got somebody. I think he's got somebody stamping his bingo cards too, just to give you that.
Exactly. I just want to know who's changing his diaper. Melinda's wine 17, like that number, Melinda. America first. Absolutely. It has to be America first. Crypto Dad said, bring on the manufacturing. Well, that's where we're getting it. Hey, we got James here. Let me see if I can bring James on. Hold on one second, guys. We have our let's see. Oh, hey, Tam at the Ranch is here. Hi, Tam. Let's see here. Hold on. Oh, Don the Third G is here as well, one of our subscribers. He's got the bingo auto stamp. I love it. The bingo auto stamp. Oh, thank you, guys. Good morning, James.
Good morning. How's everybody doing today?
Glad you can make it, sir.
I'm happy.
I've been playing the silent sheriff.
Yeah, I just barely caught that. I didn't even know you were there. I would have brought you on sooner.
That's fine.
I'm happier than a hummingbird in a peach orchard there, James. How are you?
Well, that's just great. You know, we're seeing the last of the snow from this past event this weekend. It's kind of dwindling down, kind of getting back to normal. It just calmed the dust on the dirt roads. But other than that, it's all good here.
What is the weather out there right now, James?
We were in the 60s, and then all of a sudden we had that snow event. I think we got as cold as 20 degrees yesterday morning, maybe a degree or two colder. But other than that, it's I think we're supposed to be warming up to around 35 today.
Okay, great. Alex, what's the temperature where you're at?
We're sitting right now, what was it? In the 60s. It's supposed to be up into the 70s today.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dave, what about you? Oh, I think we lost Dave there for a minute.
He's probably
I'm a little north of him, but I'm showing for a high today. We're going to be up around 45. So, you know, it's a teaser.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? You said prayers to all the tornado victims. Yeah. You know what's interesting? Susie Kabluzzi sent me an article over the weekend. There was a tornado just a couple of miles from where I live in a place called Pico Rivera. And I couldn't believe it, man. I saw footage of it. There was an actual tornado in California, in Los Angeles area. I mean, go figure, right?
That's weird.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see here, guys, what we have next. The American Heart Association is lobbying to keep soda and sugary junk food in the SNAP program. SB 379 would have removed soda, candy, chips, and cookies from SNAP purchases, but the Heart Association opposes it. Now, what happened over on Saturday, we had Dr. Peter Glidden on, and we were violated. And this lines up exactly with what took place. Dr. Glidden speaks the truth. He talks about the medical system. He talks about health and nutrition. He talks about how to live a healthy life, and we got violated. Now, to TikTok's credit, they did reverse the violation, but I think this is an example, this whole SB 379, why would they not want to remove things that are bad for our kids from what they're eating? Thoughts, Dave?
Well, I don't know what the negative would be and why they would want to do that, but yeah, Alex is right. It's about money, but they're only gonna be able to do that for so long.
Exactly. Alex, thoughts?
Money. Follow the money, folks. There is no money in a healthy child.
Yeah, exactly. It's always about treatment, not cure. So whatever, maybe that word is what's going to trigger us. Who knows? James, your thoughts?
Well, it obviously provokes thought of do they own stock in Keebler? Do they own stock in sugar companies? Obviously, like Alex says, it's all about the money.
Exactly. Very, very true. Very true. So Steve H. is here from Northern Nevada. It's cloudy and 40 degrees. Deborah Robinson said, any updates on the supposed Doge checks? No, we covered that. We don't know any updates at this point. We're kind of waiting to see how it rolls out. But at this point, no updates. Scratch 65, a subscriber said, sounds like soda and junk food lobbyists fighting to protect corporate profits. Absolutely right, Scratch. It's, as Alex said, follow the money. And follow the money, not just in the food industry, but the pharmaceutical industry, in the agriculture, in just about every portion of what we experience as Americans, or I should say worldwide. Follow the money is a very, very wise way to go about it. Choose Your Poison 54 said, association wants to keep people sick. That's exactly right. That's what it boils down to. Jen X Holtz put she put money bags in there. Yeah, absolutely. At least I think Jen X Holtz is a woman. I'm sorry if you're not. My apologies. Patrick just sent a whole bunch of corn. Thank you, Patrick. So if you're on TikTok, double tap that screen, share this live out. If you'd like to contribute to our daily goal of Hello Bears, I think is what they're called, that would be wonderful. And of course, we do have subscriptions now on TikTok. Love to have you be part of our inner circle. Scratch 65, a subscriber said, make America healthy again. Very well stated, Scratch. Very well stated. So
let's talk about the recent interview that Trump did on Full Measure, where he talked about the D class. And I found it very interesting that kind of as he walked through the narrative of the timeline of how things have unfolded, I think there's some nuggets in that we can't just dump everything on the masses. It's got to be digested in a bite-sized meal, right? It's possible to eat an elephant. You just have to do it one bite at a time. And though those last few bites may be pretty rancid, it is possible to eat the whole elephant. And we're going to have to just be patient on the D-class and release and, getting the truth about what's going on in multiple areas, the JFK files, the Epstein's, all of the things that are happening. But again, I go back to, I really feel like by the time we hit June, July, it's something's telling me around July 4th, like there's going to be some bombs dropped between now and then.
Well, and President Trump coming out yesterday, I think it was yesterday or was it Friday, when he went to the DOJ and he said Pam Bondi is doing a great job. And he wouldn't say that unless she was doing that. And I agree with you 100%, Alex. It's a slow roll, because there are still millions of people that are just waking up to what we've known for years. And as we've used the analogy so many times, you cannot drop a frog into a pot of boiling water. They're either going to die or jump out. So I think that's why we're seeing this slow roll, in my opinion. James, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think you touched on a very positive thing there when you said digested. It has to be digested. It's overwhelming from day to day just with what is going on in speculation. But in my belief, if you poured all the info out at one time, people are pretty much batshit crazy as it is. That would push them over the edge.
I would agree. Dave?
They're pretty close to the edge right now. I had some liberal friends that are still with me on the FB page, and they said, I would like to see another pandemic. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, we just need things to slow back down again. I go, you got 4 years of this. I said, get ready. I said, do you want more people to get hurt or get injured? They said, no. I said, then why would you even say that? But
yeah,
that's their thought process. Anything to slow it down, and that's what slowed Trump down on the first go around.
Right. Exactly. So we have, hey, Susie Kabluzzi, one of our subscribers is here. Good morning, Susie. Wendy Orr said, it feels like 14 in Linville, North Carolina in the mountains. It's funny, Lynn, I lived in Winter Park, Colorado for a number of years at 9,000 foot elevation. I know what cold is. 20 degrees below zero, 30 degrees below zero, 300 inches of snow per year. So I do not envy your position being in the mountains. Rachel Wooden 11 is here. Good morning, Rachel. Glad you could make it. 6U had a very good comment. He said, can Trump run 8 years? So it's my understanding in the Constitution that a president can serve up to 10 years. Now at this point, we have 2 4-year terms. So we know he can serve 10 years. The question is, when they prove 2020, how does that affect the amount of time that President Trump can stay in office? That's the question that I have, and it's never happened before. So it'll be a constitutional crisis. Alex, what are your thoughts?
A constitutional crisis for sure. We are in unprecedented times as far as the greatest transfer of wealth that humankind has ever seen, and the overthrowing of governments all around the world, and the narrative moving to that of transparency. So I don't rule anything out as a possibility at this point. It wasn't too long ago that we took away the ability for someone to have multiple terms, and what does it look like if they bring that back? Challenge the constitutionality of what happened back then as in comparison to what's going on now. I mean, a constitutional crisis, I think, would be an accurate description of a lot of things that we've seen transpire over the last 6, 7, 8 years.
Right. Dave, thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much going on. That's an interesting. I've never heard that he can serve up to 10 years.
If he does, then it's, he's a dictator, rah, rah, rah. Like, what does the loudest megaphone start screaming, right?
Man,
right.
Their heads are spent like it's insane how much they're talking off the cuff like that. We need another pandemic. I'm like,
wow. How could anybody
say
that?
So mind blowing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't fathom that, can you?
No. James, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think a 10-year term, that would be interesting, but doesn't it have to be a crisis situation for him to grab the other 2? There's stipulations, I believe, isn't there?
If there is, I'm not aware of them. I think we just went to a 2 4-year terms, but I'm pretty sure the Constitution outlines 10 years. But again, I could be wrong.
Well, that would be a head spinner for the Democratic side of the house for sure.
Yeah, no question. Susie Kabluzzi said, I didn't realize you said you're in Las Vegas. Susie said, good morning from Las Vegas. Wow. 7 come 11, Susie. I wish you nothing but luck there.
And for those of you that are late to this morning's show, breaking news. If we can share Sam out and we can get Sam to 250,000 followers, I'm going to pay for his first tattoo, which will be an American flag.
Exactly. I'm not holding my breath. If I do, you're going to call and ask for Mr. Blue, but let's see what happens. Robin Keel, one of our Go ahead.
Here's what it says, Sam. It says, if a person succeeds to the office of president without being elected and serves less than 2 years, he may run for 2 full terms. Otherwise, a person succeeding to office of president can only serve no more than a single election term.
Huh.
So, like, if he was the vice president and he stepped out and finished up the term of that president, he could run 2 more terms after that.
Interesting.
What if he steps down after a year and a half and gives it to JD Vance and runs again next time?
Ooh.
Alex, I can't keep ahead of what's going on right now. That thought process.
It's so true, man. There are so many moving parts right now. There are so many machinations taking place behind the scenes. It's crazy. Robin Keel, one of our subscribers, is here. Good morning, Robin. Jim, 3666, Center Rose. Thank you, Jim. Hey, B. Bethany is here. She said some corn and some bears. Thank you so much. Susie Kabluzzi said, I'll pitch in for the ink, Alex. Yeah, and I know for a fact that Susie does have tattoos. B. Bethany sent more corn and heart tattoos. Sarge said, need to discuss size and placement on the tattoo.
I'm saying that in width, the American flag can be no smaller than 3 inches.
Oh, okay. You guys are. Hey, it's my body, my choice.
You already got to it, sir. Let's talk about the events of the weekend. The U.S. Central Command video that was dropped of us taking out an ISIS leader.
Oh, yeah.
Again, peace through strength. If you are found to be on the wrong side of peace right now, I would not want to be you. I would not want to be you.
Absolutely, I agree.
You'd always be looking up, wouldn't you?
You can look up all you want. It's too late.
Well, and it reminds
No
me.
joking.
And it reminds me of these red flag areas, of these no gun area zones. When you look at the crime in those no gun zones, right, it's off the charts. When you look at places like Idaho.
By the TikTok shop, he was referring to pew-pews.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Yes,
Forgot. But in the areas where there's no restrictions, why are the crime rates so low? There's a good reason for it. It's called peace through strength. James, what are your thoughts?
110% agree. Where there's guns, there's peace. It's the balancing act of right and wrong is right in the middle. So people that do crime or nefarious acts, as you like to put it, I think the balance is right around the corner with somebody saying, "Hey, we're not going to have that here." And they take care of business. That's exactly why the crime is low.
Well, when you really look at the situation for what it is, there's an old phrase or statement that locks only keep honest people honest, right? If somebody wants in, they're going to get in. And I think the same remains true with protecting yourself. It only keeps honest people honest. The crooks are going to do what the crooks are going to do, but if they know that they're walking into a balanced scenario, they're going to think twice before they step into that scenario. And you're absolutely right, Sam. If you look at the FBI's own statistics, city by city, and you look at the crime rate in particular areas versus other particular areas, there's a drastic difference. If you look at states like Texas and Kansas and places that have a stand your ground law or castle law where you can protect and not have to worry. Now, just a word of caution to anybody that chooses to protect themselves. Even if you're in the right, you're going to face consequences for whatever situation presents itself, because a burglar can come through your window, you can handle business, but then his family's going to come after you. Like it's no joking matter, right? It's what you have to do.
Right. And, you know, from personal experience, I grew up in East Los Angeles in a very Hispanic area, and I was considered the white guy. I mean, how you get white out of Lebanese, I don't know. But when I was, you know, in freshman in high school, I was like 160 pounds at 6'2", almost 6'3". I was skinny. I was picked on, and I just said I'd had enough. So what I started doing was lifting weights. I wanted to get so big that nobody would even think about fighting me. And that's what I did. I started what?
The American flag tattoo will help with that, Sam.
Yes. So, but the point I'm getting at is I went from 160 pounds at 6'3" to 260 pounds at 6'3", and literally nobody messed with me. And I'm a nice guy. I wasn't picking any, but because I had that strength, that show of strength, it deterred a lot of people from that otherwise might have engaged me, and they don't, and they didn't then, and they don't now. Fortunately.
I have to step away for about 5-10 minutes, guys. I'll be back.
Okay, Alex. So Dylan Tubb said, happy St. Patrick's Day. Our Jeff Coach just sent a bear. Thank you, our Jeff Coach. Sarge said, put the tattoo over your heart, Sam. Well, Sarge, I'm Lebanese. You wouldn't be able to see it with the amount of hair that I have on my chest. Franny Dragonfly just sent a heart me. Oh, Franny Dragonfly just sent a bunch of bears. Thank you so much, Franny. It's appreciated. Choose Your Poison just sent some shamrocks. How sweet. Thank you, Choose Your Poison. Allie Mae is here. Well, hello, Allie Mae. Oh, yeah. Well, he just stepped away. He's on his way to you. Daddy D, one of our subscribers, said, crime in my town is very low. We are armed. Yeah. Perfect example, Daddy D. People aren't going to mess if they know that there's something there that, you know, that otherwise would deter them. Deb M said, show us a pic, Sam. A pic of what, Deb M? I'm not sure what you're talking about, but maybe I can. Matt Garfield, I just got visions of Klinger. Exactly. The Lebanese guy from MASH.
Yeah.
Susie Kabloozy, a subscriber, said, full calf tattoo, Sam. Well, we'll see. I've got to get to 250,000 followers, and then we could talk about specifics. All righty. So over the weekend, you guys, Panama experienced a countrywide blackout due to an explosion. And now we've seen that in Cuba. We've seen it in Panama. We've seen it in, I believe, Belize. We are seeing it all over the world. What do you think is happening, James?
Well, it's I think the people are trying to speak out and take control of their governments. Here in the United States, you're seeing it. I think you're seeing it everywhere.
Right. I agree.
I think the public is tired of the BS that is coming out of the governments in everywhere, all over the world, and it's coming to light. And I think that's something that the media can't hide.
Right. 100%. I agree. Dave?
Yeah, I don't know what it all consists of. If they have an explanation in the news for that, but could it be looking into stuff or shutting things down while they get organized on the other side? I don't know.
Very good question. Very good question. So, Scratch 65, a subscriber, said, half sleeve tattoo, Sam. Sarge said, Scratch 65 said they claimed technical fault at the power plant. Well, I just find it interesting, the timing. It may mean nothing, but we all that follow us on that other board, we know that there is a possible blackout that could be happening at some point. Does that mean here in America? Does it mean around the world? Does it mean other countries and territories? No idea. Wendy said worldwide revolution. Well, it's happening, Wendy. I agree. We have people all over the world standing up against our government. We're going to talk a little bit about Serbia that happened over the weekend, 1 million people gathering. In fact, we'll talk about it now. Serbia having 1 million people in their they came out and talked about and in opposition to their current government. And let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, it was in Belgrade, Serbia. More than 1 million people from all over the country came to the capital to protest against the tyrannical government. And as Dave brought up a couple of lives ago, how many other governments have fallen? We have Germany, we have France, we have Canada, we have Myanmar, we have countries all over the world where people have had enough of what their governments have been doing, and they're standing up to them. James, what are your thoughts?
110% concur.
Yep. Dave?
I mean, you sit back and just look at the broader picture. Obviously, something's happening across the world for sure.
I agree, 100%. When Matt Garfield said, or Wendy said, worldwide revolution. Matt Garfield, a subscriber, said they're testing the grids, ? Yeah, that could be exactly it. Because when I talk about the switch, you guys, I'm not talking just about the monetary system. I'm talking about an information technology switch. I'm talking about agriculture switch. I'm talking about a banking switch. It's all interconnected. That hydra that has controlled America and the world for decades, if not hundreds of years, is in flux now. It's happening all over the world, not just here in America. Susie Kabluzzi said, yes, they're testing the grids. I believe that too. Agreed, 100%. There's no way to tell for sure at this point, but I find the timing very, very interesting. So everybody on TikTok, if you would, double tap that screen, share this live out. If you can contribute to our daily goal of the Hello Bears, I think they're called, that would be wonderful. And then also keep in mind, we do have subscriptions on TikTok. Would love to have you be part of our inner circle. So next up, you guys, we have, now this one is, I'm going to wait on this one until Alex gets back, because this is going to be a big one. But let's talk about Senator Grassley over the weekend saying that the Supreme Court or Congress doesn't fix the rogue judges unilaterally deciding policy for the whole country. We're headed toward a constitutional crisis. And then directly after that, the White House came out and said, defiantly told the radical judge to pound sand about this controversial ruling. That is significant in my opinion. You have the White House coming out. Well, first of all, how can a federal or superior or district court judge overrule the executive branch? It's not in the Constitution. It can't be done. Article 2 of the Constitution essentially rolls out that if it's a national concern, the president has almost unlimited power. So what are your thoughts on that, James?
Oh, absolutely right. He was way out of bounds, and I think he earned himself a quick ticket to retirement.
Yeah, exactly. Dave?
It's gonna be interesting because they were saying the planes were in international waters anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered either way. So
Wow.
He didn't have anything to stand on.
Wow. Maybe it's just simply they're highlighting this attempt to thwart our government, our lawfully appointed government. Maybe that's all it is they're just pointing that out. What do you think, Alex?
Exactly that. That's what they're pointing out. Like the covers are being pulled back, the lights are being turned on, and the cockroaches are scattering.
Right. Exactly. So this next, what's that?
I like the way he said that.
Yeah, exactly. So this next story, you guys, I want to talk about, and I'm going to draw some conclusions, and I want to get your opinion. So there was a huge fire that started in Austin, Texas over the weekend, somewhere around 8,000 acres. Now, we all know what happened at the Palisades fire. We all know what happened in, I believe it was Long Island in New York. Every one of these fires in the area of these fires are significantly blue and liberal. Do you think that there is a possibility that they are connected in terms of evidence being destroyed or people, nefarious players being taken out? Because I find it very interesting that those three fires are in deep blue liberal areas. What do you think, Alex?
I know such thing as coincidence, Sam, and is it strange that these areas are having these issues? If we follow the money, if we follow the news reports, if we follow declassification and the narrative that they don't want us to know, I think they all end up tying themselves back together in some size, sort, shape, or fashion.
Right. And I just find it very interesting that those fires were specifically targeted in blue areas. Dave, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. Was that South Carolina or North Carolina? They had some fires 2 weeks ago, I think it was too.
Yep.
I don't know. I've never seen, they had 175 fires located in North Carolina, South Carolina. So I don't know. Strange circumstances for sure. Something to keep an eye on and put on the back burner.
Yeah. James, thoughts?
One has to speculate whether or not they're trying to cover something up, trying to hide it, trying to destroy evidence. That's kind of where I lean. I don't really know. I haven't got enough concrete evidence, and for me, it's just pure speculation.
Right, right. Deb M said the corrupt are showing themselves. Yes. And Magic said both North Carolina and South Carolina. Yeah, I mean, it's not coincidental. I don't believe in coincidences. There's a reason that they're happening in those densely blue and liberal areas. Now, what that reason is, your guess is as good as mine at this point. So everybody on TikTok, if you would, double tap that screen, share this live out. If you can contribute to our daily goal of these fuzzy wuzzy pink bears, that would be wonderful. And again, we do have subscriptions available on TikTok. Would love to have you join us. All right. So,
Interesting. While we're on the topic of wildfires, so I got to turn my filter off so that I can show this. So this is ourworlddata.org, and it says cumulative area burned by wildfires by week in the United States. And if you look, week 1, January, and as we go through to week 52, the totals year over year. But I find it very interesting that 2000, I don't know if that's showing up, 17 were pretty high up, but you come down here to 2024, and we're actually at less. It's counterintuitive to what we're seeing, right?
what is that graph showing, Alex?
So cumulative area burnt by wildfires by week in the United States.
Got it.
And so if you follow each line and understand 2024, okay, now this isn't counting 2025, so we'll be interested to see how that stacks up at the end of this year. But last year was one of the lowest years with 4.14 million acres in a year. The highest was 7.3 million in 2020.
Interesting.
So that's an interesting metric there.
Very interesting. Very interesting. ShareBaby29, a subscriber, said Myrtle Beach had fires. Huh. And is Myrtle Beach typically a liberal area? I don't know. No idea. Amy sent a bunch of roses. B. Golden sent some of our Care Bears. Thank you, Amy, and thank you for the bears. Hey, Brian's here. Thanks, Brian. Daddy D sent a shamrock. Thanks, Daddy D. What's that, Alex?
In comparison, Brazil has more wildfires than any other country.
Really?
Yes, it's showing 40 million acres in 2024, 43.7. And if you go across the United States, it's single digit millions. 2025 so far, 1 million acres burned by wildfire in the United States. That's interesting.
Yeah, no question.
I'm going to be interested to see how much higher 2025 will be over 2024. I think that'll be the telltale sign of what we've been watching unfold.
Right, exactly. Wow, look at that we just got. What is that thing? Katie Sutton just said, Katie Sutton just sent a pot of gold. You are so wonderful, Katie. Thank you. Daddy D just sent a bunch of bears. Thank you, Daddy D. Yeah, so you're right, Alex. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the stats in 2025 because I really don't know what to make of it. What was it, 2020? I think it was 2020 when we had all those wildfires here in California.
Mm-hmm.
What was 2020's numbers? Were they big?
2020, yeah. If you're looking at for the year, there was 7.31 million acres. 2021, 6.8, 2022, 6.5, 2024, 4 million. So it looks like 2020 was a pretty high year. Even going back to previous years, you're in the 4 to 6 million acres range. It's pretty consistent across the state.
Interesting.
But you look at places like Canada, 2023, they had 15 million acres burned by wildfire.
Wow.
2012, Russia has an exorbitant amount. I mean, Russia's like 25 million, 10 million, 14 million, 16 million. In comparison, Brazil had 2024 was 43 million acres burned.
Wow. I had no idea. That's a great stat, Alex. So,
well, I'm a nerd.
Well, you're very good at it. So President Trump signed an executive order dismantling the Voice of America radio show. Wow. Now, what I found interesting is Kari Lake, I believe she won, if truth be told. And I thought for sure she was going to become a senator, something significant. And then he puts her in the position of controlling essentially the media for America. And for him coming out and defunding the Voice of America, I just find that very interesting timing. What are your thoughts, James?
Well, I 110% agree. It's for me, it's not speculation.
Right. Alex?
It sounds like there's a 2-year-old being tortured in the background. It's not. It's my great nephew. So.
Okay. Yeah. So again, I think mainstream media, they don't have the juice anymore. Podcasters have 10 times the audience that mainstream media does. And I think we're seeing that exposure, like President Trump has said for years, the fake news is done. And I think people are finally starting to see that.
Kari Lake's from my district. Her dad was one of our teachers. She went to our high school and our local elementary. And I met up with her 2 or 3 years ago just by accident. And I asked her the first question I asked, I go, how is the Trump family? They said he and his family are the most caring, loving people that would do anything for you.
Exactly.
So that's basically firsthand in my picture. So that's what another reason why I go with Trump, and you don't believe all this stuff on the news.
Right. 100%. I agree. 100%.
So this is a graph of podcast growth year over year. There are currently 3.2 million podcasts. And if you look at 16, 17, 18, okay, we're at 500,000. And then you hit 2020 and we have over 1 million new podcasts. 2021, 750,000. This is a little bit older data. Number of new podcasts year over year. In 2020, we saw 1 million new podcasts. In 2021, 750,000. 2022, 2023, it's 250,000. Podcasts per year, seeing rapid growth. For 2022, it was 21 million.
Wow.
2021, 29 million. 2020, 29 million. So, you know, if you don't believe that the new form of information gathering is in podcasts and live broadcasts on platforms like TikTok and X and these places, it has been an absolute decimating force against the narrative that we all see parroted over and over and over. When you see all the politicians come out, 20, 30 of them, with the same exact message, when you have 50 to 100 news stations on something as novel as the Easter Bunny, and they all are repeating the same message. Well, the Easter Bunny's got new tricks in his basket this year, and it's parroted across 100. That any commonsensical person, doesn't matter what side of the spectrum you're on politically, when you look at that, you understand that there is one source for every single news station out there. There is one source for the story that they're telling you. And what is that one source, right? Just ask that critical question. What is that one source? Who's writing that script? Who's putting that narrative together for us to digest, right? And I think more and more and more Americans anyway, and as stated before, worldwide, people are going, yeah, no, I don't believe that the Easter Bunny has new, gifts in his basket this year. I think somebody wants me to believe that he does, but I don't believe that he does because I have 20 million other sources that I can go to that say, nope, it's the same old trick in the same old basket.
Well, and I think you can sum that up in 2 words: Operation Bird. Yep. James, did you?
Yeah, I was going to say something. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was going to say is I think AI is going to play a huge factor into that as it comes out of its infancy stage and starts to mature. I think you're going to see podcasts go to an all-time high. And I have to agree with you, Alex, too. I saw exactly what you're talking about. And then it was quick to be pointed out that there's 20, 30, 40 newscasters all saying the same thing. But I think AI is going to enhance that.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
but on the flip side of that, James, the reality is there's another shift happening, and it's not just it's in the format that we're ingesting this, right? But it's also the format itself. Long form interviews, when you can sit down and have a Joe Rogan or a Sean Ryan show where you're spending 2 hours getting intimate with somebody and 3 hours or whatever it ends up being, and instead of these little snippets that are taken out of context, people are hungry for information that is accurate and relatable. And when I can sit down and watch that 2-hour podcast while I'm listening to it, while I'm mowing or whatever the case may be, I have a whole different picture painted of a person, of their agenda, of their belief system, whatever the topic is, right? I'm not getting these little snippets and tidbits. I'm getting a real sense of who this person is, how this person reacts. You can see facial expressions. You can hear the tone in their voice and the conversations that they're having. And I think that's the real driver of these new platforms. People come in and sit down and talk with us or listen to Sam's podcast and us gathering because we're real red-blooded Americans that are farming the corn and the soybean, farming the coin, gathering the news and putting it together in a digestible way. Sam's doing it on X, YouTube, Rumble, TikTok, Facebook. These are all platforms where people can go and sit down and watch these broadcasts and go, man, I didn't think of it that way before. Or, wow, these guys, they're really not wearing tinfoil hats. They're pointing me to places that I can get receipts. And that's the shift that we're seeing in the information age. And the only shift that we've seen like this before was at the inception of the internet, right?
Right.
Everybody took off with emails. You had to put a letter in snail mail and hope that within weeks it might get there. And then we ended up with text messages where I could text people. That kind of started to open the door. But with what we have happening in the internet, and you're absolutely right, James, with AI coming, you have an ability to create, Donald Trump carrying kittens out of a fire. it's very hard to tell with the graphic capabilities that we have today in the graphics cards and rendering lifelike scenarios. It gets very difficult. So we have to tread lightly in the information age. And same as always, critical thinking, go to the source. There are websites that you can take your video, you can post the link to the video, and it will analyze it and say, yeah, no, that's fake.
Right, right. Hey, we have Bonnie Darling over on Facebook saying, hey, I'm Blondie from TikTok. Hey, Bonnie, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, if everybody could do Sam a favor, just hit each of the platforms and find him and do a follow. And Sam, I have to bring this up. Ladies and gentlemen, I am an official TikTok creator. I have a stalker. Real Alex Raymer 0 is not me.
Right.
But what I find even funnier is they instantly went to 5,000 followers with 50,000 likes. They had to buy that. They had to pay for that. I don't even have 50,000 likes. So if you receive a message from me trying to sell you some BS, it's not me, folks. It's not me.
Right, and that's a very good point, Alex. The same thing with me. On TikTok, I have one account. It's Sam_Shalhoub. That's it. On Facebook, it's Sam Shalhoub. On Rumble, it's Sam Shalhoub. On X, it's Shalhoub Sam. I will never send you a message asking you to invest in something. It's not me. Don't follow them. Don't like them. I recently checked, like Alex did, I just kind of did a quick scan. There are accounts using my name and video that have more followers than I do. So, be careful who you follow. Make sure that if you go to samshalhoub.com, you'll see all the platforms that I'm on and all the proper accounts. So we have Brian here. Welcome, Brian. Wendy said the lockdowns backfired because free speech exploded. Very good point. Kingsgirl 1974 said, I agree. Top Crop TV just said a whole bunch of corn, and Wendy sent some finger hearts. Thank you so much, Top Crop and Wendy. Wendy said, oh my gosh, Wendy sent a whole bunch of J's. I'm not really sure what those are, but thank you so much, Wendy. It's appreciated. Scratch 65, a subscriber, said, spot on, Alex. Hey, Spec Ops 101 is here. Good morning, Spec Ops. Glad you could make it.
Just so everybody gets a fair understanding of what poor Sam goes through, if you just do a search for Sam on TikTok, folks, those are all Sam Shalhoub wannabe accounts. I'm scrolling. Oh, okay, they stopped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, there's 30 accounts, 82,000 followers, 89,000 followers, 48,000 followers. So, like everything in life, do your due diligence. Sam's not going to reach out and ask you, hey, where are you from? like he did my wife.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Interesting, Sam. I had a conversation with a Sam Shalhoub the other day, and I said, well, and I knew right away it was fake. And I said, hey, call me. And he goes, I don't have your number. And I was like,
Exactly. Yeah, it's amazing, but oh well, it is what it is.
I'm gonna reverse it. I'm gonna start messaging them back. Hey, if you'll send me 1 Bitcoin, I'll get you on the show tomorrow morning.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Of course, I get 50% of that, right, Alex?
Only if I get 50% of the subscribers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but again, you guys, what's that, James?
The people that copy, like in your case, and a lot of these other content creators that actually have shows, make videos, they're only doing it simply to monetize. They do it for 500 people. They're getting a paycheck.
Well, there's multiple ways that they capitalize on it. So there's a particular creator on here, goes by Apple, and he's a big gifter. I mean, like, I bet the dude has probably dumped $500,000 into TikTok gifts, right? Wow. Like he sends lions, which are like a $500 gift. Like he's a big time creator. And so what happens is people will mimic that account and they pop into these rooms like we have now in hopes that your viewers will think it's them, right? And so they're trying to solicit gifts as well as, I mean, it gets really crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one real Alex Raymer. There's no zeros, ones, or anything at the end. Coming next week, you'll have Mega Dave Zero and Interstate 5 and Sam Shalhoub, Sam_Shalhoub. But seriously, hit all the different platforms and give it a thumbs up or a follow if you would. We want to support Sam and what he does by every day putting together the news articles, vetting them, finding the receipts, and bringing an interesting room together for us to have these very cordial, kind conversations. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Alex. My pleasure. So Virgo 40.
I'm not going to get rich from the whole deal. As many lives as I've been in, and even as lengthy as they sometimes get, I know that I'm not going to retire with my income from TikTok because even in your longest live, I think I may have earned 4 cents.
Well, you are priceless to us, James. Thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure.
So Virgo 47 just sent a bunch of finger me's. Thank you so much. And some other gifts. B Golden sent some W's. Interesting. Thank you so much, B Golden. All right, guys. So it looks like we've recapped the Daily Dispatch. Let's move to final thoughts. James, final thoughts?
Well, I want to go last today.
You got it. Dave?
We can't hear you, Dave.
Dave, can't hear you. Nope.
Dead.
Okay, Alex?
But I want to go last today.
James asked first.
So, ladies and gentlemen, time's the only thing we can't create more of. Spend it wisely. I've been blessed to have, nieces and nephews here all weekend and very much enjoyed the time. Mom is comfortable, and that's all we can hope for. And Sam, appreciate you and checking on me over the weekend. It really is a blessing to, in this digital age, find yourself with genuine people who honestly give a shit about how you're doing, and it's very appreciated. It doesn't go unnoticed. So the kind messages, the phone calls, the texts, the TikTok messages, everybody, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Dave, are you back online?
I think that's safe.
Yeah. Dave?
Yeah, I think so. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I remember Trump only sleeps 4 or 5 hours sleep a night. Last night was a good example of that. So keep an eye on him. Any day could bring out some really, really exciting news. And we're almost there. I appreciate everybody here, everybody following.
Exactly. James?
Well, with all the turmoil that's going on throughout the world, you just really have to take a deep breath and remain calm. Don't sell your crypto because you have a fear of loss. Just ride out the storm. Take it for the long haul. God bless Sam Shalhoub, United States of America, and President Trump.
Amen. Amen. Alex, Dave, James, as always, it's an honor to be on with you guys, and I mean that from the center of my heart. You guys are not only been part of this podcast, but I consider you all friends, and I am absolutely grateful, not just for your friendship, but for every person in this chat, because we wouldn't be able to spread the message if it wasn't for you, all of you being involved with us on all these platforms. And I, for one, am grateful for it. So we'll see everybody tomorrow morning between 8 and 9 in the morning, Pacific time. In the meantime, I hope everyone has a great day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. See you later.